Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.
Welcome.
Let's let everybody fly today. Sorry. You're fly. You're fly.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Y'all just busting out today.
Hey.
No, Nikki.
Yo.
Perfect.
Fuck, I done forgot. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to an all-new edition of the John Cash Show podcast. Thank you for tuning in and listening in the multiple streaming platforms that we're on and YouTube. Let's jump right into the introductions. Ooh, that felt good. I'm sorry. My ear was itching. Been itching for like 30 seconds. I was like, oh, okay.
Let me get ready.
Like the sound effect. Okay. Introducing the co-defendant of the John Cash Show podcast, the one, the only, the feminine divine goddess with the whoppiest whop in all of the land, the Brownsville bully, Star.
Just call me wet. What's wet?
Splash. Waterfalls.
What is
I'm just showing love for the co-host. That's all.
This is that's a very Real Housewives of Atlanta shady clap.
It was
Like,
a shady class.
Chateau Charade, Emily Bill. When am I gonna visit? Sticks?
Right. A white refrigerator.
The ghetto, child. Woo, the ghetto.
And I'll leave my applause to myself.
Jeez. And the Bill Belichick of box eating.
Okay. Why couldn't we get a black coach, though?
Another one.
I know.
The NFL doesn't have black coaches.
We got Mike Tomlin. What's up? Hey, man ain't never had a losing record. Super Bowl champion.
Damn, John.
One time compared to Bill Belichick.
Damn, that's crazy.
Damn, John.
Bill Belichick, 8 Super Bowls.
I just see where your mind's at. That's all.
You might have to have some things you need to, work through, child.
I see where the supremacy is.
I'm gonna move this way.
You say you like
I'm gonna move
Let
this
me
you like-
hold the motherfucker up. I was out in the motherfucker. We were out in the motherfucking front lines, almost getting the shit beat out of us by police. Okay.
That's crazy.
How did we get here? What's going on? I know y'all was talking about football, but then y'all started naming names. I have no idea. What
Yeah,
y'all
we're
was
left
talking
real
about.
quick. A nigga
Now we
moment.
talk about March.
A nigga moment.
Mars.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a true nigga moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead, Josh Fauci.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
You just redeemed your fucking
Oh,
self.
hey, what's up, everybody?
outside now. Now you don't know how to act. Just like the CDC. What, you gonna tell us to go back inside now?
Exactly. Outside is overrated. Outside is absolutely overrated.
And expensive.
Yeah.
It
That's
is.
the part.
Very much so.
That's the part.
Save your
Gas
money.
done went up.
Gas up to like, what, $6?
The fucking air train's $8 is pissing me the fuck off. That's behind the point.
What?
How $8? Stupid.
That's breakfast.
But the dollar vans are still $2. Utica.
Well, how
Half of them don't have their license. That's why they out here.
How inflation is
Riding dirty.
I ever tell you how a dollar van driver almost killed me?
That sounds like a
I
Tuesday.
know
I feel like
people that-
yes.
That's like a
So
Tuesday.
this is
And
my-
the vaccine almost killed me.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, my God.
So, go ahead,
Oh
Josh.
boy. What? Oh, we was gonna finish that. Okay.
go ahead.
When I first moved to New York, I knew about the dollar vans, but I thought they were a dollar. So I gave this man $1.
They used to be.
Yeah, and I didn't know that.
Right.
And this man done ran up on the curb, got out his fucking dollar van, and chased me down for that extra $1.
Did he have
Oh,
a
That's
Jamaican
right.
flag?
Killed you.
Did he have a Jamaican flag? He had a Jamaican flag, didn't he?
Of course, he had a Jamaican flag.
I know my people.
Them dollars add up.
And I'd like to say it was somewhere like deeper in Brooklyn, but this was right on the block where the Barclays Center is before the Barclays Center was there.
Okay.
Yeah, Atlanta. A lot of shit go down there.
Let me tell you,
Shout out to the Dollar Van Driver Association. Y'all the real MVPs.
it wasn't bad, but let's just say it was just a little bit different 12, 15 years ago. It was just a little bit different.
Yo, listen.
They didn't have no barriers blocking them for you to run up on the sidewalk.
They different. I'm surprised. I really was always genuinely surprised that they never were like taken off the roads. Like,
why? They reliable transportation
for who?
For people like me that was living behind God's back.
Do they even pay their taxes?
Real talk.
Do they even pay taxes though?
I don't give a fuck what they do. They got me at the Eastern Parkway at Utica when I need to go to work.
Listen.
They have like transportation groups now. So any one of the ones that look like Accessoride, yeah, they paying their taxes.
Yeah, and if you get the right one, the little navigator, the little assistant driver, got a spliff. You be like, yo, let me get a hit. Shit.
And they be showing Martin and TV shows on there now too.
Exactly. And then some of them got Cash App.
Word?
Which is brilliant.
That's how they should have been doing it. Shit. But Cash App was
Damn, I need to go back to using the dollar van.
Yeah, they were.
Yo, I haven't been in a dollar van in forever.
But can they rename them to the $2 van?
Niggas loses the essence.
Because I surely would have given him another $1. I had no idea. I offended this man.
But in New York, no one can be trusted.
They're now what old bus prices used to be.
No, let me tell you something. You can't change the dollar van. Dollar van is associated. Okay? $2 van, that sounds like Gristedes, Whole Foods shit. That sounds like some gentrified shit.
That's what it is, though.
No, it's not.
It's a $2 van.
It's a dollar van.
The dollar sounds more alluring, that's why.
It's just like Dollar Tree is actually $1.99 now. And that's
right,
weird.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dollar Tree went up too.
It's bullshit. But,
Inflation.
Inflation, that's exactly where it is. Dollar van's probably gonna go up now that gas went up. It's probably gonna be the $3 van in a minute.
No, okay. And
oh, we're still doing introductions. I forgot.
Sorry.
Still the 55-minute intro.
Sorry,
like Monday Night Raw.
I fucked it up. Yeah.
First 20 minutes, I'm gonna fuck you up. No, I'm gonna fuck you up. Then it's a match, and then it's like they come back out, I'm gonna fuck you up again, and I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm gonna fuck your wife. And like, oh, that was 99 wrestling. Sorry. It's not now.
Roll the tape.
Like Family Guy or some shit. Okay. And on my right, the world's most strongest woman, the Glamazon. Everybody's favorite auntie.
She's sipping tea and breaking the cups.
Sounds like Pride. Melanie!
So I'll leave that for you.
Sipping tea.
I'm not going to no longer take the abuse here. I'm just going to say that. That's what I'm going to say.
That's fine.
That's right. You tell him, Sister Soldier.
That's fine. Whatever you.
Was it that last time that light-skinned bitch was calling me Sister Soldier when I had my afro out? Do you remember that?
Shit.
You from Brownsville too?
Nah. Running out.
Wait, we needed Maury's camera guy to run behind us.
I'm sorry, my
I am
plosives,
dead.
they be plosiving.
Yeah.
They really, the
I
blood,
am dead.
it's a thing. And the put, it's the butt and the put is really aggressive.
It's strong. It's strong.
It's really aggressive.
Wait, who's the like this gay bitch you talking about?
Right.
What happened? Like, I was like,
Boom, right? I know. 20-minute intro. I'm so sorry.
My life left.
Yeah. She sound like she jumped off the dollar van.
That's the last thing I saw.
We was recording here and we did a podcast with another podcast, right? And the light-skinned woman, I don't know, she was just fucking weird. And she kept on calling me Sister Soldier. Now, my hair was in a fro and it was big. And it's like, why you keep on doing this?
Yeah, we don't take the passive aggressive
Like, why you see that? I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't do me, because I'll do you.
Was that on your show or somebody else's?
That was on their show.
Oh.
That was
Oh. Oh, yeah, I do.
She was trying to be real spicy, and I just didn't understand why.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
fucking weird.
That is weird.
Oh,
She
sorry.
probably was to eat your girl.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay.
Bitches act weird.
Whatever.
I'll never say that again. I'll never say that
Is that
again.
a trigger for me?
I was-
I was like,
No.
why
I
is
will
she-
never say that again.
Why is she doing this?
Mel, I am sorry.
No.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Yo, let me tell you something, Josh.
Sorry.
Yeah, because she.
Josh.
I
I was like, I pushed it too far. I was like, oh shit, I fucked it up.
I really thought we was by my house for real. I thought we was in clowns. And they fucked up her order. I'm like, yeah. Oh my god. Run that back.
Because,
Shit.
yo,
So sorry. So sorry.
Yeah.
Just took me back to-
Woo. I was-
sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry.
I was like, let me get the fuck out of Dodge. I'm the closest one to her. Why would you?
You about to pull one out like Medea.
Like this. You had to do that. So,
I'm telling you, we really
no.
need a Maurice camera guy behind you. Like,
That's even- What is happening?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's giving you full performance.
Yes. Wow, physical comedy.
Right. Commitment. Daytime Emmy. Nominated.
No,
For those listening,
Webby, the Webby Awards.
for those listening, watch the YouTube.
Yeah, pretty much did burpees just now. All right, now ran a goddamn marathon from her. I did a belly flop on the floor.
oh, great.
Now, the promoter of positivity.
We're still on intro.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, because you riled up.
we could really
That
wrap
was my
up
fault.
after
That
the
was my
intro.
fault.
This
That
was
was
a
my
whole good episode.
Yo, fuck it. My name is Kevin Dwayne.
Yes.
Fuck it. My name is Kevin Dwayne. It's nice to be here.
Social media.
Social media, the world of Kevin. We
Oh.
good.
Oh my
We
God.
good.
All right. All right, final thoughts, everybody. No, let's stop. This week's topic: have you ever had a friend who was secretly a hater? Ah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, all them.
Is that like a part of everybody's life?
Right?
That's a fact.
You know, some people like
Mhm.
they got that.
They still got the friend. And they don't know it.
Exactly, they're oblivious.
Mhm.
That's
So,
real.
let's see who we started with last time. Kevin.
Absolutely. And it was one of those things where, you know, we all go through a journey where you don't quite know your value and you don't realize who you're sharing your energy with. And I definitely had a couple people who were actually hating on me. I'm talking about I have a birthday party and you doing costume changes. And I'm like, the fuck? What the? Why are you changing clothes at my shit?
Right,
you know, slept with exes and all type of shit. And meanwhile, oh no, it's no, fuck that shit. And then I finally kind of woke up to it. I was like, oh no, you're a hater. Oh, that's cool, great, you know. And you can tell when you share like goals and shit with people and they don't support it. It's very much like a negative type thing. Well, it ain't gonna work. Oh, how it's
Well,
gonna
they
work?
try to outdo you on your own goal.
Which you can never.
Okay.
Are you trying to lay up? Are you trying to lay the alley oop for me?
Listen, God.
No.
Which you can never. And it's one of those things like, and you and I talk about this, it's like, you know, you recognize there's people who will see your light before you do.
That's exactly
And
true.
I had to go through that growing up where it was just like, because I was in a place of like lack and insecurity that I didn't notice this. I'm like, oh, we have a good time together. Not realizing you motherfuckers are talking big shit about me. And then after a while, you start realizing that your energy is being depleted around certain people. You be like, damn, why do I always feel so fucking low? Oh, it's you.
Because you too busy being you.
Exactly. Then when you cut that shit off and see how things start growing, you're like, oh, okay. And then you look back because, you know, the universe will bring that shit right back to you. Life review. Oh, y'all was hating that whole time. That's what that was. The reason I remember I was in college, the worst time to have the friends that I did. And I was getting terrible grades because it was like, oh, no, come with us. Let's do that. You can't be around people who don't share the same goals as you. And here I am hanging out with the fun people who ain't even in school. And so I'm in class and y'all telling me to come go to a sauce and swap meet. And I'm just like, that sounds fun. Let's go, you know? And, you know, but I think it's a life lesson though.
It really.
You got to go through it because you got to get to a place where, and some people never get there, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to get to a place where you see it for what it is, and then you start cutting that out.
Okay.
It's interesting because
Thank you.
I think we all have those frenemies, but I will say I don't have too many of those only because I don't fuck with too many people anyway. Like, so if I do make a friend, then like, all right, you made it.
Right.
Nigga, you made it. You made it to the so I usually tend to have friends for a long time, but I have had a friend that like we were friends for about 15 years though. So like when I do have friendships, they last long. And then I guess over time, because we were so young when we were friends, that like I did ignore a lot of things. And then it's exactly what you said though. A lot of people see your light before you do. And you're too busy. Like I was always one of those people where I didn't understand why if someone was jealous of me, I didn't like, and my mom would say it all the time. And I'm like, no, like I'm not doing shit. Like I'm not even where I want to be, but that was enough for other people to still feel
Because they see
intimidated by
it.
me. Yeah. And I'm like, well, damn. Like, I'm not even like, and it would be frustrating and it would be annoying because like people would really act on your potential and they would try to sabotage your potential just because. So, once I started to recognize that in certain friends, then I started to distance myself, in as nice a way as possible. But so however that ended, it ended. But no.
Brown, let me interpret. Let me interpret.
Please expound.
Brownsville. That was Brownsvillian, but I'm gonna tell you in the English way. If bitch don't start, nothing won't be nothing.
But it's so crazy because I actually had a dream recently about that same friend.
A lot of people having dreams lately.
No, like it was so, and I haven't had a lot of
Dreams
vivid
is on the
dreams.
high right now.
Yeah, no, and I haven't had a lot of vivid dreams in a while, and it was weird because she looked kind of like busted, low key, and I was like. I think we were like skating or something, and I was out here skating my glory. She was like beside me, and she just kept saying, "Congratulations, congratulations." And like I was annoyed because I'm like, in real life, I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? But like, because I was like half up, but like she just kept saying congratulations. But I'm like, I didn't know what she was congratulating me for. But at some point, like she like skated into a wall or something, and she fell. I don't know, but it was just.
What in a scary movie is that?
No,
But it was.
But that's
it
a good
was
symbol.
really...
Like people gonna watch you eat. It's one of those things. Like especially if you have good intentions and a good heart, and people do you dirty, that's going to be corrected by karma.
Yeah, I
and
think
so
that's
in a
what
way,
that
it's kind of
was.
like I know
They're gonna watch you win.
people know what the fuck they do. That's something I had to learn. People know what the
Yes.
fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
So you don't need an explanation and all that shit. They know what they're doing. They're doing it, and it is what it is. And it always comes a time where you're gonna cross that path again, and it's gonna be like, oh, bitch, you tried it, but now you see your light.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Oh, I see it now, and fuck you, bitch, for seeing it and not supporting me.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Perfect.
There you
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah, I'd say mine's similar to Stars in the sense where it's like I don't really have too many people like that, but probably my very best friend, ex-best friend in life. And he's the ex-best friend specifically for the reason of this topic. And like me and him we stopped being friends like when I was in my I'm about to be 36 now. We stopped being friends when I was like 25 or so, just starting to mature a little bit. He's one of those friends, like he was one of the most loyal people you ever meet, but he was also super immature, also was going through a lot of things. He was also like an older friend too. Like he was like maybe like 6 or 7 years older than me, but we hung out all the time. And but he was always like the less mature out of the two.
That's the biggest
More
red
mature.
flag when you got an old nigga in your crew.
Yeah,
and
but-
doing it with y'all.
And they more immature than you. That ass though.
Yeah, but when you're young, you don't know.
Exactly. He's so
But
cool.
that's the thing. When you get to his
And the
age
thing
and he's
is-
still doing that same shit, you're
Yeah,
like,
and the thing is, like, we've been friends since I was like 13. So like, we've been hanging out for a while.
He was like
right?
19, 20.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, like so, we let's go. We skated, so like we always were in groups and stuff like that. So like. And he always kind of looked down to me as like the younger homie that was kind of more responsible than him. But what really fucked me up though is like when I moved to New York, and I'm originally from outside of Philadelphia. When I moved to New York, things started. I would probably even say like, the way he probably saw it was like things were going really well for me, but like it was just like a sliver of success for me. Like this is back when I was still working in music. And I ended up getting an internship with Bell knows this with Jim Jones. And granted, like shit wasn't going even that great, but it was just like these little itty bitty
It was
strides.
enough.
Yeah, these little itty bitty strides. And at the same time, like, I'd ask him to be like, we call, and he's also one of those needy friends who would call you like every other day. And that's putting it kindly because this nigga called me every fucking day. But he called me like every day. And I would check in on him, and he was just always like, he would dump all of the things that was going on with him. And granted, I'm a very empathetic person. Like, I am, unfortunately, the friend that you call when you have something to dump onto somebody. Now, granted, later on in life, like in the last 5 years, I'm not that friend anymore.
Yes, you have to recharge.
Yeah, but what's it called? But if I am really friends with you, like we can, what's it called? Like I can do that with you. But you just can't. What I learned from him is that he did that to me. I allowed him to essentially express all the things that were going on with him. And then when I said anything that was positive about me going on, he would immediately he would just shit on it, like 24/7, 360. And he wouldn't shit.
He wouldn't receive it.
He wouldn't receive it. He'd just be like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And when your friend can't be anything, is like, this went on for like 2.5 years. And your thing is like, you don't even realize when that shit's eating at you, right? Yeah. You don't realize, because when people are your friends, you enjoy being around them. I hated being around him towards the end. And it hurt. It hurt because I was just like, this dude really knows me. We've been friends for a really, really long time. But yeah, when it was time to go, it was time to go. And I told him straight. I mean, it's, how sometimes you can get away with just like not calling people or whatever, or what's it called, and the friendship just naturally dies. No, I told him, I called him up on the phone and literally was just like, we can't be friends anymore. I respected him enough to tell that to him, not to his face, but at least
At least I don't know.
at least over the phone. And I told him, I was just like, you seem to be at any little like modicum of success that I have, just seem to be like shitting on it 24/7, 365, while also expecting me to hear you out with all your problems. And I do so without fucking judging you or telling you to fucking man up, bitch, or anything like that.
Right.
Which I could have done, but which I definitely could have done.
Brownsville,
Yeah, definitely could have done. 100% of the time, because like I knew the main things. I was just like, I could have just said, get over your fucking daddy issues. I could have just said, hey, that girl that you dated 10 years ago, she was like 20 years old. What do you expect? I don't know why you let her get in your head to the point where that's all you can think about. I understand you loved her, but I didn't tell you to just man up, bitch.
Right.
And then anytime I have any problems, he's just like, well, you're doing so well now. And I'm just like, really? Okay.
Because you're not in the same struggle spaces they are.
Yeah.
And they can't accept the fact that like they have to be the ones to like work through their own stuff. And I think that's the point. It's like you get to a point where you're like, okay, well, I'm starting to grow, because that's the truth. You start to outgrow people. But it's like I'm starting to grow. And it's like I noticed the friendships that sometimes like we had moments maybe where we didn't speak for months or something like that. But then like the ones that grew into their own, we were able to reconnect. The other ones that like her, like we stopped speaking for years actually, but then we reconnected, but she was on the same shit. So it was like, okay, no, like, and then I cut it off even faster. But it's like the ones that aren't willing to grow and change, it's like you can't keep those connections, because it's not my job to fix you, whatever it is that's going on.
Yeah.
It's not my job to get you to where you want to be, to where you can be a better friend for me.
Yeah, that's codependent.
Yeah, it's codependent. And honestly,
really
a lot
was.
of friendships are like that. Like you said, how he was calling you every day. I had friends that they were calling me she was calling me every, like I'm her girlfriend. I'm like, people would joke, be like, damn, she want to eat your pussy. But it's like, maybe.
She want a sample.
No, but you're right. It's starting to feel like, I was like, yo, this dude feels like my boyfriend or something like that. And I'm like, he's sitting there calling me, he's just like, brush your teeth today? Like, that's how it starts to feel. I'm like,
Well, it's an energy exchange. And what happens is you have somebody who's negative and doesn't have anything to pour from, so they're pulling from your energy, abundant energy. And what's happening, you feel depleted when you're done, because they literally siphoned it all from you.
Yeah.
They get a little high, and then when they run out because they can't generate it themselves, they come back to you until you be like, no, fuck this, we're done here. And then it ends up being a lesson for both of you, because you valuing yourself like, fuck that. And then by you speaking to him and saying, nah, we good, it probably put him in his head. So maybe he'll be like, okay, maybe I do got some shit.
Yeah, he's hit me up. He's hit me up like, this is like 10 years removed from it now, but he's hit me up, and he or not hit me up, but we still have one mutual friend who we still talk to. And she was just like, yeah, like he knows that he fucked up. And it was like he knows that he fucked up, and he's like that was kind of the impetus for him to like realize like he's fucked.
We
Wake-up
need
call.
that. We need that sometimes because you, like you said, you could have just bounced and disappeared, but because you felt called to do it, it was almost like you guys were soulmates in that way. Because soulmate is not just made for lovers. We have
there's
different type of,
friends
and certain things happen to teach you lessons. You had to value yourself more, and he had to get out of that negative mindset. And by you calling his ass out and then pulling your energy back, he had no choice but to like think about it. Because a lot of people's problems are because they're not self-aware. They find people to feed off of until they finally get cut off from everybody, and they're like, it's just me, and now I gotta fix this.
And the key of that is letting go so they can get to that point.
And that's
a lot
hard
of people
sometimes.
aren't hard to like let go of other people. I'm like, but they're not gonna grow if you keep enabling them in that sense almost.
Yeah.
Come on, truths. So I have like two opposing thoughts to this question, right? First one is, yes, well, we already know everybody's had this friend who you thought was a friend, but it's not really a friend, right? So I don't really want to talk too much on that one. What I will say is this.
Why not?
Because everybody already said it. You know, everybody already spoke on it.
See, Mel's pod, and she's trying to come in with a different angle.
Trying to
She pod.
give you a different angle,
Okay.
right?
All right.
So
I'm trying to get tea.
I know you're trying to get tea, and I will not be doing that. That's what I won't do, right? What I will say is this. There is also this instance where people feel like they have haters and they don't.
That's facts too.
And what I will say with that is this. The power of the tongue is so fucking real. And if you continuously say, oh, this one acting this way towards me, or this one acting this way towards it, and maybe they really are, or maybe you're doing something for them to talk about you that way, guess what? It's gonna manifest. So sometimes we gotta check ourselves.
Sometimes we're narcissists and don't even pick up on it.
Sometimes we don't even see it, bro.
Let me touch on that because it's so funny because it was on Twitter and this girl was saying like if you haven't had a friendship that lasted more than 5 years, like it's something wrong with you, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, personally, I feel like women, especially that don't have female friends, I'm like, to me, it's a red flag.
Yes.
So a lot of girls, y'all was ready to tussle. They were like really upset about that, but I'm like, there comes a point where it's like you just can't get along with anybody, or why? And like you said, the power of the tongue. I notice a lot of young girls, especially, they love I don't have no friends.
Yes.
I don't get along with women. I'm like, but what happened to sisterhood? Because you're gonna need somebody.
You need somebody.
You don't have one person in your corner, and if not, then why? At some point, like you said, you have to look at yourself. Why can't I maintain a consistent just one person that fuck with me?
Like, it's real shit.
Especially someone who's empathic as well, though, too.
Yes.
Though. 'Cause there's people who can be put through bullshit, go through some ugly personality, and still have your back. So if you are even getting rid of those people, that is a
Exactly.
character flaw. Because it's
It
like you couldn't
is.
find one motherfucker who can do
One?
it.
Just
You
one.
must
Exactly.
You doing some foul ass shit.
And it's like, and when you're young, you go through your growing pains. That's what I said. I had friends that we disconnected.
Yeah.
But then we came back at some point. You know,
Yes.
maybe we grew apart and then we grew together and then we were able to talk and rekindle or whatever the case is. But it's like, I think, like you said, that power of the tongue, it's a lot of like, I think what I was trying to let them to understand is all this, I don't have no friends, I don't have to, and it's cool, I got to let go. At some point, it becomes toxic.
Correct.
Because at what point do you have anybody? Where's your support system?
Yeah, because contrary to popular belief, we do need people.
Exactly.
That's why we're here.
And then it's like, who's there to check you in
Yeah.
sisterhood? Who's there to say you can't fuck her because that's her man?
Yeah.
That's
some real
That's her
shit.
man. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
doing too much, or like
or Kanye.
right? Exactly.
You
so it's
need
like,
people who are going to hold you responsible, who are going to care for you, who are going to tell you that you're wrong.
friend code,
still love
friend
you.
Code
Yeah.
you. Friend code
And
you
just
into the
because
group.
I'm saying something you're doing is wrong, or maybe you shouldn't do it,
Yes.
that I'm not hating on
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
I'm actually trying to help you.
Yes. Yes.
But see, some people don't want that because they want people to kiss their ass.
Exactly.
They want people to stroke their ego. They want people to co-sign their bullshit. So
I wasn't finished. So
wait a minute.
I was finished. I just was fucking with you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like,
John upset is hilarious. I just gotta tell you, it's so funny.
All right, John, go
what
ahead.
the fuck does the marquee say?
Not the marquee now.
Because we could
We gotta put the lights back on up there.
edit the whole goddamn hamster out.
It just says John Cash show over top of it.
I mean, that's fine.
It just be like,
He's gonna
That's
take the
fine.
words
It'll
on
be
her
like,
hat.
did
and
you
it's
see
gonna
the-
say John Castro on her hat. Right?
They're gonna edit out the
the logo right on her damn head. Like,
I'm waiting for you to empty the clip though, because I know you.
I already know it's coming.
no, I'm not emptying the clip because that's what
In a polite way.
that's what they're expecting, and I'm not.
They being me too.
I'm not gonna empty the clip because I mean I can, and whenever I wear this.
You got a black uptown suit? You got black sneakers. Stop the nigga out boots.
Some ACGs.
There have been people that, I've helped, and there's been people that that I've imparted, help, wisdom, support for them. Not reciprocate, that's fine. Okay. But what gets me is when the person has a falling out with you and then they team up with the op.
Mm-hmm. People love the ops.
So that means the whole time, like my intuition was right about you. But I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. See, a lot of people, well, quite a few people don't know about me. Like, I give you the rope to hang yourself. So when you do it, it's not a surprise to me. I'm more disappointed, if anything. Because I gave you the rope to hang yourself. I've done nothing but been kind to you, supportive. I could say a whole lot. I could spill a lot of tea. But I'm not, because that's what they're expecting. That's what they need in order for them to get the interest in their project. So I'm not giving them that. So I've had plenty of friends that are haters. Let's talk about people who don't have shit going on for themselves. Anthony.
Oh,
Come on with the names. Let me pull these names out.
Well, damn. Just that kind of shit.
Hello,
Where the
somebody.
morning camera guy at?
Anthony, Tammy. Let's talk about them. They don't have shit going on after they did the shit that they pulled. Like you said something at the 100th episode when you said, like I'd rotate people, like I change people out. No, people change themselves.
Yeah, Kev, not everybody gets the 10-day. Not everybody gets the 10.
People change themselves. I'm a bad friend. That's the worst thing that you could tell me. I'm a bad friend. Or you could say about me. You can call me an asshole, a prick, a dick, a motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Because I probably am, depending on the day and time that you, interact with me. But the fact that you say that I'm a bad friend, that's kind of like, that's a fucking reach. Because I go above and beyond for people that I actually care about.
You take care of people that you care about. It's very obvious.
Yeah, and if I don't care about you, just stay the fuck away from me. Social distancing. Because you don't want to see that side. Because I don't want to see that side. So, yeah. I had a friend who's secretly a hater. I mean, John Cash crew. Look through the catalog. That's all I'm going to say. Look through the catalog, see who's here, see who's not here.
They love the ops though, like you said. Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
And that what kind of like, because that was the main one. My brother. And then, first chance you got with the op, but you's a bitch. But
that shit rocks me though. It rocks me because because it's immature. You can not be somebody's friend and just not be their friend.
Yeah.
Like never be the type that
Messy.
just because I'm not friends with you, I tell all your secrets. That's some bitch shit. Like don't I ain't gotta go opposite you. It's just we go our separate ways. Like Sister Grandma said.
Yeah.
I go your way, you go
you
yours. I ain't gotta be rude to you, but it's just like, but it's not. The opposite of love doesn't have to be hate.
Yes.
It can just be indifference. Like
Yes. That's what I'm learning.
Go your way.
Yeah, you don't have to not be friends and then wish the worst thing.
Right.
Forever wish the worst
But
on that.
it's middle school. It's
Yes.
middle school. It's just like, oh, we're not friends now, so now I got to be messy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, that person isn't going to be messy because I know a lot of stuff. So I don't want to go that route. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, abundance. I'm trying to be nice. You know?
That karmic cycle. You got.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Motherfuckers be tempting me. I'll be like, hey, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Like,
Yes, revenge is like the sweetest joy next to you. I'm from LA. I'm an LA native. I love it here, but I am LA native.
I'm also careful though of people that like are quick to call them my friend. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are like that, but like
Having a good time doesn't make a person a friend.
I am so against that. Like, relax,
Mm-hmm.
relax. You know what I mean? Because I take
it
friends
took her 5
seriously.
years for her to call
No,
me a
like,
friend.
and I'm not joking.
You a Taurus? What are you?
No, I-
Capricorn. Capricorn, very.
No, I
guarded.
respect that. I'm not, to be
It
honest
takes
with
me a
you.
while.
That's
I
safe,
don't
though.
like that shit because we cool and I homegirl you to death. We cool and I would treat you like a friend. And I think that's what makes people like so comfortable because I am. But once I call you my friend, that means I am like I feel like I can actually rely on you, and I don't feel like I can rely on too many people. So that's what it is for me. So like even recently, like I had this I'm about to say about the homegirl. She was so quick to like friend, because she was like same thing. I'm someone she was able to dump on.
The one that was telling you that
With my birthday.
the foil. Oh no, I thought you was the one that was telling you to foil. Somebody's watching you through the foil or the wall or whatever. This
Not that crazy old lady.
Oh, that's what I'm talking.
What kind of opiate shit is
Real
that?
quick, real quick for reference. I had a coworker. It was an older lady. She was a little off. She used to come to work telling me she had people watching her the walls and like, so the security was fucking with. She lived in the projects, by the way, so I don't know how.
I wish I lived next door to that bitch. I'd be banging on her walls.
She had me going with her to Best Buy to buy cameras for her house. Like it was real.
Did she put
Wow.
something in foil, put it in the refrigerator or something?
Nah, she didn't do it, but she was just she was very weird. But anyway, no, but like yeah, it's just I don't know. I lost track of what I was saying.
I'm just imagining a lady with 200 square feet apartment with 5 cameras in it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, she was
Like,
crazy.
lady, you're
You
getting the
don't trust a lot
shame
of
shock
people.
five.
Yeah, but I don't trust a lot of people. But yeah, so this girl, she was like, because I was easy to talk to, like she was just kind of like, oh, I really look at you as a friend. I fuck with you, and I feel like she fuck with me, but I think like again, it's like that whole so quick to call people friends, and then I think when things let you down, and then it's like now this person is a bad friend, like you were saying. It's like, but we were never friends for real. We were cool, bro. We were building something. You called me when you needed shit, if you want to be realistic. But like, even into the one time when like my birthday just came around and we just started thinking, it's like you couldn't even call me for my birthday. So it's like, how much of a friend are you calling
It's
yourself?
manipulation. It's
Then
like
she called you and told you about her birthday.
Yeah, and then when we were talking, you talking about, so it's like, and it's not to say that you didn't have potential to be a good friend. Eventually, yeah, but it's like, you don't have to like, I think, overwhelm people with trying to prove that you can be somebody that can be a friend, and just let it be authentic, because once you build that connection, we really are friends or whatever, then it's like, I feel like then you are able to pour into each other both ways,
Side note, Insecure taught us a lot of motherfuckers don't know what friendship is.
Exactly,
Because
and that's
the discussions that people
truth.
had about Issa and Molly, I'm like, oh, y'all don't even know what real friendship is.
Yep.
because-
Okay, who team did you on? Because I was on Misunderstood Molly. I felt like they
I was
just
on the side.
genuinely...
I think they both were fucking
Both
up.
of them,
Because they're both human. They
yes,
both have blind
yes,
spots. But
yes.
to take one side or the other, I'm like, you guys are missing,
Y'all are missing the
certain
point.
things that
Yes,
happen in
that's
friendships.
how I felt. That's really how I
Yeah,
felt.
it's just like, and so a lot of people have these ideas like friends are what they can do for
Unrealistic.
you.
Yes.
And I'm like, no.
Unrealistic.
Just because you got
Yes.
money don't mean I
Yes.
can just willy-nilly be like, oh, loan me $10. No, bitch, I'm gonna tell you to get your own.
Yes.
Like,
This is not
as your
invented
friend-
Anna in this bitch.
Right, but it's one of those things like, but once again, we have these fake ideas of what love is, what friendship is, and stuff like that. And we pull into it to be like, well, this isn't healthy for me. For example, like I can't be around, for me personally, which is a weird statement to say, is I can't be around friends who like to tell little whack-ass insulting jokes to me. That's not my vibe.
Oh, yeah, no,
And you
that's
see people
not-
like, oh, this is my
that's
best
a
friend.
frenemy.
And I'm like,
No.
and y'all just going in on each other, like very,
That's a
very
frenemy.
Young Miami and Santana. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
I love watching it, but I'm like,
Yeah,
the
no.
way they be going in on each other, I said, that's toxic as fuck to
It
me.
is.
But if that's your jam, do it. But that's not me. Because
Yes.
if you're saying that means you must really believe this shit.
Yes, and I want someone that's gonna speak life into me, not constantly bringing me
Right.
down anytime they get the chance friends too. Yeah, it's
Yeah, because
very.
like one of my friends always call me a hoe, and I'm like,
Do you really feel like this about me?
I mean, sometimes. Sometimes I could be but it's been a while, damn it. Don't it get reset?
Reformed.
I will say this: alignment is a hell of a thing, and as I'm getting older, I'm just really realizing that alignment is in all instances in life, and at times, people fall out of alignment.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
Edema high, robo cash.
Very that, right?
Get yourself a Nissan.
And that's crazy though, because I got to a point in my life too where I kind of learned about compartmentalization and how to do that with my friends. Because I remember I was getting to a point I was real like, oh, this person didn't show up in this way, so they might do that really fuck. And I was like spiraling. Then I had to really check myself.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, but when certain shit goes down, this person's literally always there. She might not come to all the parties, but when I'm in a fucking car crash or something, she's gonna show up.
Yep.
So like, it's to say like, all right, well, she's just not the bitch I party with.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just not the friend that I could call for certain things or speak to about certain things, but she's the one that, like, the money friend maybe. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
But
it's
it's a necessity though, and I know you can be there for me. So I had to like look at it in that way. Like, not everybody's for everything, and I think some people, like, because you can't be there for everything, they start to shun you. But it's like, no, sometimes you miss good people because you can't accept them for who they really are. Like, some of them, they just don't want to be with certain
That's
shit.
so
It's
true.
not about
And on top of that, you
friendship.
need to be doing things for yourself.
Exactly.
And then not only that, don't like some people, I don't even want to go to parties with them because there's certain people that they'll be around.
Right.
I don't like their energy. I don't like their vibe, and I'm still trying to, reform, and I don't want to have to beat a bitch and wind up on World
It's
Star.
also the same with like certain life situations too. Like, for example, if I'm going through relationship issues, I know what friend not to fucking hit up.
Exactly. You know
Because
what I
it's
mean?
probably going to be negative. We're going to be like, fuck that
Yes.
nigga. Da, 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 da.
Right,
Or I know the person
right.
that's actually going to call me out. Or if it's
Right.
money things, let me talk to the person that actually knows how to deal with
Exactly,
money.
yeah.
And we,
Yep.
like you said, you can't expect people to be all things to
Yes.
you. It's the same with romantic relationships too. You
Yep.
can't
Yes.
expect somebody to be this fixed shop. You have
Yes.
to do some things on your own and have different people for those things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's the truth.
Okay.
I love how mature this got.
Yeah, I know.
Growth.
I love it.
Yeah, because like,
Because all John wants is tea.
I was joking.
Oh my God.
Don't fucking reach so fast. Don't reach too fast at me. Child, I got my tax. I got the W-2 all showing right now.
Oh God.
Y'all seeing all the money I ain't making. Inflation's a motherfucker. Final thoughts.
A real friend is someone that you can rely on and enjoy being around. If they don't satisfy both of those things, then that's it.
I love that.
Final thoughts, Mel?
I have a quote that I found the other day.
You have a cold.
Quote.
Oh,
I heard cult.
Quote.
Somewhere in the middle.
Quote. That I
Cunt.
found. It's actually a tweet.
Cunt.
That part. You deserve friends who celebrate every win with you. You deserve friends who remind you how powerful you are and how far you've come. You deserve friends who will amplify your joy.
Yes, graduation quote.
And that's what we all deserve.
Yes.
I will say ignore quantity and pay attention to how you feel. When someone leaves your presence, are you relieved or are you elated?
All right.
Make sure whoever you're encountering, they're in some way pouring into you. If not, then there's no reason for you to be
And not the Kim Kardashian kind of quote.
Oh no.
Come on. Come on.
Get another device.
Well, my final thought is thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a
The
confidant.
fuck is...
And if you threw a party, shut up, and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would
The
be
biggest
from me.
bottle of Hennessy. Yes.
Abundance. And the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. So on behalf of Josh, Kevin, Star, Melanie, and myself, stay away from negative people because more than likely they have negative bank accounts or they owe the IRS.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.